Quotes from John Angell James. From the Kindle, Deep Christian Quotes and Bible Verses. First quote. Your own religion is put in awful peril daily. But if you should escape unhurt, still what sorrow will such an association produce? What a dreadful, heart-rending idea, to love and live with those from whom you fear you shall be separated forever. To be moving hourly to a point, when you shall be torn from each other for eternity. Second quote. How sweet the consciousness which lives in the bosom of a pious couple, that if separated tomorrow, they have an eternity to spend together in heaven. But the reverse of these feelings will be yours, if you marry not in the Lord. Third quote. Besides, how many interruptions to marital felicity will you experience? Dissimilarity of taste, even in lesser matters, sometimes proves a great bar to happiness. Between those who are so nearly related, and so constantly together, there should be as great a likeness of disposition as possible. But to be unlike in the most momentous of all concerns, in an affair of perpetual recurrence, is this the way to be happy? Will the strongest affection surmount this obstacle? Or ought the experiment to be made? And then, think on the influence it will have on all your domestic arrangements, on your children, should you have any. You will be left alone, and perhaps counteracted in the great business of family religion. Your plans may be thwarted, your instructions neglected, and your influence opposed. Your offspring, partaking of the evil nature common to their species, are much more likely to follow the worldly example, than the spiritual one. Fourth quote. The Scripture is replete with instances of the evil resulting from the neglect of religious marriages. This was the sin which filled the old world with wickedness, and prepared it for the deluge. Some of Lot's daughters married in Sodom, and perished in its overthrow. Ishmael and Esau married ungodly people, and were both rejected and turned persecutors. Fifth quote. What misery, what irregularities, what wickedness, have I seen, or known to exist in some families, where the parents were divided on the subject of true religion. Sixth quote. Young people often attempt to persuade themselves on very insufficient grounds, that the objects of their regard are pious. They evade the law of God by considering them as hopeful. But are they decided Christians? Thanks.